Hey everyone, Anthony, 4x4 Diesel. This vehicle has got a new engine in it. Going to give you a bit of information on it. We're busy getting the job done with this one. We ran a bit overtime, so therefore we don't have as much information included in doing the job as we would, but I want to give you some information on the final recap information, if you know what I mean. Firstly, it's always better with the light on, isn't it? Okay, so new long motor. If anybody does need to replace their engine, any make, any model, I always recommend a brand new genuine long motor where possible. The manufacturers do a proper job of it. I'm not saying whether your make and model engine's any good or not, but they're going to do a much better job than any rebuilds I've ever seen. Now, I'm sure there's people out there that can do good rebuilds, but I don't know any of them. They can be famous, they can have YouTube channels, doesn't mean they do a good job. If you listen carefully to my information and their information, you'll be able to work that out for yourself. So it's my job to tell you that. If you want a new engine for a 1KD FTV D4D engine, then I recommend a brand new genuine long motor. We've got plenty in stock at the moment, and we don't push to replace your engine. What I'm trying to do is the preventive maintenance and the maintenance on all of your vehicles. And of course, I can't do it. So that means you need to help me out and subscribe, turn the bell on. This one, it got a new long motor, of course, which comes with the injectors being new, the water pump's new. You can see the head's shiny and new, the valve cover's on it, right? The injectors are in there. This one's got a new turbo as well. So all the shiny bits you know are new. This one's got a new turbo. You can see it's all nice and clean. It's a new genuine turbo, okay? Like the new genuine radiator. See, genuine, you know, made in, what's it going to say, Toyota, Japan, right? Quality, a new genuine radiator. And you know, if you've just recently replaced the radiator, then you're not going to be replacing the radiator with the engine. But at 305,000 Ks on this one, I reckon it's a really good idea and value for money to do the new genuine turbo with the new genuine engine and the new genuine radiator as a package. Now, just because you're spending all that money and getting all that new genuine stuff and getting it installed right the first time doesn't mean that's going to fix your electrical and battery system. And I want to give you some warnings, because removing all these wires and a battery that looks like that and all this gear out of the way to remove an engine actually adds a heap of extra time. Like, I'm just going to throw it out there that removing and refitting this battery would add an extra at least 1 hour, where if it was a normal auxiliary battery, nice and neat without all this gear and things going on. I mean, look, if you want it all reconnected properly so things work, it takes a lot of extra time to do that. Now, if it was nice and neat, as you can see, it's a jumble, and getting to the air filter box, getting that in and getting the lid on that with wires in the way, it's just all complications, where if it was neat and tidy, you wouldn't have that. Now, I'm not complaining as much as I'm warning you, because all the vehicles we see that need new engines seem to be like this, and it sort of does our head in, because give us a brand new, genuine, unmodified vehicle and it's going to work a whole lot better than sort of dealing with this sort of thing. And of course, you know, the battery bracket that goes under the plastic and that clip doesn't go in and all that sort of thing. You know how we roll with these clips. Basically, you don't need them. We've shown you how they work. Don't touch them until you've watched my videos. It's really simple. If you've got a few missing, then it doesn't matter. If a couple break because they're old plastic, whatever the case may be, you can replace them, or you can just get rid of them. This one's got some aftermarket ones on there as well. You can see this one, you can do whatever you like. On my vehicles, I just leave the clips out. So another aftermarket one there, same type as the other one, and a few missing. You get back, basically, when we do the engine, we're not necessarily fixing all your problems, like your electrical problem or your wheel bearings or your split bushes or your, you know, service. Why don't they spray some Inox MX3, MX4 all over that to stop the rust and give it some lubrication? That's what I do when I see cars and work on them and maintain them. I'll probably even still do it on this, but you know what? Haven't got around to that yet because we've been busy doing all the important stuff. There's so much work involved when you do an engine replacement. It's not funny. I mean, if you're going to do it properly, all the cleaning of the intake and the manifold, the EJAR cooler, it's just amazing the amount of work involved. Now, over here on the main cranking battery, we've got a few bizarre wires just hanging around. Just because we've done an engine doesn't mean we've got any idea what any of these wires are, and we're not going to spend any extra time trying to work out what they are. That is a completely separate job. Here, we've got a battery cover that I'd love to install on there to do the job properly, but it can't be installed properly because, look, you know, there's all these added on accessories again, and you could cut little sections out to make it all work, but guess what? It's just not going to work, you know, you get the picture. So it's just going to be kind of a bit like that for now, and we'll sort it out. So again, I'm not sort of trying to whinge and complain too much. I'm just giving you the facts, because that's what I do. It's just clean talk, straightforward. This is how it works. Bada bing, bada boom style. And you know, we just tell you how it is, and that's anyway, we've got a new heart in the beast, a new genuine engine. That's bloody awesome. A turbo, radiator, glow plugs, timing belts, bloody, you know, all that sort of stuff, you know, idlers, bloody gaskets, coolant, you know, water pumps, injectors, pipes, everything's new. So if you work out everything you've spent, if you haven't done your BFE and you haven't done your injectors, you saved a lot of money. This could seem expensive at about 20 grand, you know, ballpark, give or take. A lot of variables. I'm just putting numbers out there. Engines, you know, it's closer to 10. It's a bit over 10. The different part numbers, different engines, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, whatever. But from me, I don't think you need to pay more than about 12,100 for any of the 1KD FTV engines, including injectors and fuel pipes and water pump and that sort of thing. So it's really good value for money. We don't sell them anywhere across Australia like our injector kits that we do. Anywhere across Australia, the BFE kit, anywhere across Australia. Engines need to be picked up from our Prado Hilux Engine Replacement Hospital, either in your vehicle or on a trailer, something like that. We can organise to ship some of the engines, but again, it's not something that I can do. We're limited on people we've got that can help me do the job right the first time, because it's all about getting it done right the first time. But it just sort of saddens me a little bit that I've got to give a vehicle with this love and detail and how beautiful this is going to be, but it's still got this. So I just wanted to be really clear that doing that and that and that and whatever doesn't replace these clips that you don't need. Like my vehicles, I don't put them in. It doesn't change your electrical wiring that still needs to be done. It doesn't change the fact that maybe you haven't replaced your front wheel bearings. That might need to be done. You might need to fix other problems. You need to be still very careful where you go, who you let work on your vehicle, especially more than ever before. If you want this engine to last forever, then you follow my schedule, because the people that come to us for engines in general are not people in the Crack Piston Fund. If you don't know what that is, just keep watching the videos. It's people that have never heard of me before until it happens, and then they find the videos, find the information, and they go, hang on a minute. And that's what I do. I just, look, I'm sorry if I upset you on anything, but I say it how it is. I say what I believe. Maybe I'm wrong, but I reckon I've got a bit of experience on it, and I've got it figured out, and I try and share information and help you people save money and keep your vehicles reliable and learn to do it yourselves, because I can't do them all. So like I said, it doesn't bother me if you want to put the engine in yourself. If you can get it cheaper off someone, you know, the Toyota parts manager, and you can get the engine at cost price, then you get it and you put it in and you watch the videos and you do that. Okay, it doesn't bother me. I'm here to help people that have got less knowledge than me, okay? Because I'm giving them mine for free. It even rhymes. They've got less knowledge than me, so I'm giving them mine for free, right? So it doesn't bother me, right? Because if you're doing it, then I just have to find something else to do. And I've worked out that if you help other people, you know, what's it say? Given you will receive. Anyway, I've waffled enough. God bless. All the best to everybody, and catch you in the next video. See ya.